When you get a second, if you ever get a second, away from the kids, no homework tonight, away from dinner, away from the husband, away from the duties.
Away from the husband, that's all the time.
I know, because you guys are doing your own thing, right? You've got a lot to do. What do you like to do? What do you do for fun? What do you do to relax?
Well, I'm a nature girl. So the minute I have a minute, I go outside.
Nice.
And I try to, just reconnect and let go of what doesn't serve me. And this is really what we're talking about today, is that if something doesn't make you feel good, don't get close to it. If someone doesn't make you feel good, choose somebody else. The people that we hang out with, the material that we consume in our lives are very much representative of the people that we are. So we must choose our heroes wisely. We must choose the content that we expose ourselves to wisely. And the negative messages and the stereotypes, if they don't make us happy, well, let's raise our voices together and say it and not consume it. Because if it's not self-serving, then at the end of the day, it is not self-serving to society.
But let's talk about the one thing women can do right now to lift up girls. What do we need to be doing?
I think we just need to be empowering others and supporting each other in every single possible way. As young people, we can do so much more and speak out about all the issues that need to be spoken about, especially with feminism and girls' rights.
Nice.
I think that, this is all about sharing your story, being courageous enough and vulnerable enough to share your story. Whatever your path of suffering or opportunity was or is, when you share your story, a ripple effect happens. And with Plan Canada, that I've been an ambassador for them for quite a while now, we were having discussions last year saying we need to involve boys. They need to feel that they don't have to grow up in a culture where they're only, their value is really about how they compete and their sexual behavior and and same for girls as well. We are better creatures than what we see sometimes in the mainstream, media and pop culture. And we've had these discussions with young girls a lot that they don't know where to belong in this culture.
Do you worry like I do about, the generation that's sort of being raised in this social media world? I worry about my kids. I worry about how much they're going to place their importance and their self-worth on likes and viewers and subscribers and all of these things. How do you try and head that off?
Well, I think two things. First of all, if you're a parent who's always on social media nonstop and you compare yourself throughout what people think of you, then obviously your kids will pick up on that. So we have to be careful as mentors, as friends, as parents on how we engage with social media as well. But I do think that the language that we hold, like within ourselves, how we speak of ourselves, and we talked about that a lot together, the inner conversation. How do you speak to yourself when nobody's watching? Are you peaceful? Are you kind to yourself? Are you constantly comparing and having self-hatred? Because it's easy to have self-hatred when you grow up in a culture that tells you, be yourself but look like this, and that person has plastic surgery and everything is non-human anymore. Where do we fit in? And the girls, we talk and they tell us, we can't find who we want to become on that scale. And to have, so many role models that sometimes aren't authentic in so many ways is not serving to the people who really want to bring change and be connected to their true nature. But I think that there's so many amazing, good people, young people out there who don't buy the message that if you do that, you'll be happy. If you look like this, you'll be happy. Why? Because we're suffering inside and it's not making us happy. So to be true to ourselves is quite a quest in life, but it's possible. And we stand united in making sure that this happens.